Hey beautiful! Welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today is not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about what are people secretly saying about you but won't tell. So this is a very interesting reading, and I'm also looking forward to what messages we could get for you guys and yeah, what direction they will go. As always, my dear, I have three piles you can choose from. And today I have cards and crystals, and I know these cards are pretty small, so I'm gonna zoom a little bit in so you can see them better. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is gonna be pile 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what are people secretly saying about you but won't tell? As you can see, my dear, it's pretty dark because I would like to do the candle wax reading in the dark today. And as always, I already meditated for you guys, and I would say let's start straight away. Let me get you your candle. So let's see, for my beautiful pile 1. All right, now it's a little bit lighter. Okay, so for my beautiful pile 1, what are people secretly saying about you but won't tell? What do you need to know? As always, my dear, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here. Pile 1. Okay. I'm receiving a pretty interesting message. And yeah, I'm wondering what it is that you guys may have experienced in life. But the first message I'm receiving is that one thing that people actually say about you, and it really goes towards admiring about you, but maybe don't really say to your face or don't really say that often to you, is that people admire you for your strength. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. I really feel like, my beautiful Pawan, you're someone who hasn't had it easy in life. And in fact, I see at least one big tower moment that could have, yeah, shook your world, or which may have been very, very easy for you to deal with. And it could be something that a lot of people know. And a lot of people know that this was a very tough time about you. Excuse me, a very tough time for you, and they saw you struggle, they heard you struggle, and a lot of people admire you for that strength. They admire you that even though you went through that time in your life, you came out strong and you didn't allow those life circumstances to hold you back. Of course, it wasn't easy. I see that you had to gather more than, like, more strength that you maybe usually have, and it was a huge challenge for you. And maybe at that time you didn't really know whether you can recover from that, but I see that you've made it. And no matter whether people say that or not, let me tell you that there are a lot of people who are watching you, a lot of people who are in a way keeping an eye on you, and they have been watching your journey, and they are definitely very impressed when it comes to how far you've come, because sometimes life can be so harsh, right? Sometimes we can have those life experiences that make us just, in a way, we may lose ourselves, right? And it can be very difficult to go back to normal, or to go back like we used to. It is a challenge in itself. And I, like, when I say I mean it, I really, really mean it. There are a lot of people admiring you and actually being very impressed by you. But for some reason, they may not share it that often. I don't know why those people may not really voice it, but there are. Okay? They have a lot of respect for that. I see respect in here for something difficult you went through. And another thing, by the way, let me see. Let me first, give me a second. Okay. So I see, for some reason, I see a very specific person coming through, and it could be a male, but whoever it is, I don't want to, just throw it out there, because it could be someone different for a lot of you guys. But I see one person coming through who, it's almost like I'm looking at you from their eyes, and what I'm seeing is that this person loves your energy so, so much. They find your energy very nurturing, they find your energy very uplifting, and this person loves to be around you. Yeah, this is not only them. Okay, this is for a lot of people. This is not only a specific person. I feel like, my dear pile one, a lot of people feel drawn towards you. Maybe they won't say it, but they do. And your energy is definitely one that people like to be surrounded by. They may say it, like towards themselves. For example, maybe some people, like two people in your life, they will tell each other that being around you feels very good, very uplifting. You're someone who really shares good energy with others, but for some reason, why won't they tell? Because, I mean, this is something which could actually be very nice to hear, right? That your energy is one that a lot of people enjoy to be around, but for some reason, these people won't tell. Let me see. And what I also find very interesting, by the way, is that there is this aspect coming through. Like, I feel like there is something about you that people, like, for some reason, there is a lot of admiration in this pile. And a lot of people admire you, my dear. Okay, a lot of people admire you. And it is interesting how there is this fire within you, this creative fire that people see. And maybe for some of you guys, there is a lot that you want to dive into, a vision that you have for your future, a vision that you have for what it is that you want to create for yourself. And it's interesting how a lot of people are actually seeing that. Like, people are seeing this potential that you have. However, I feel like the majority of people will kind of keep it a secret. They may not tell you, which is very unfortunate, because when we see a potential in someone, when we see greatness in someone, we should actually share it with them, right? Because it will have a very positive impact on that person. And, whenever we can lift someone, why not, right? Like, why shouldn't we? And it's a wonderful thing to do when we can really nurture each other. And I feel like there are, in fact, a lot of people around you who recognize the potential you have, especially when it comes to some kind of creative field or creative energy. The creative aspect is really coming through here. And it's kind of like people see you as someone who just has this, what is the best way to phrase it? You just have this mind when it comes to finding things that can be actually very fruitful. Or maybe it's your intuition. Maybe those people don't really understand how to phrase it, but it's almost like your intuition is guiding you when it comes to what it is that you can create in life, and people see that in you. And honestly, I want to be honest, I even see a lot of people being very jealous of you because of this potential that you have. They recognize it, and maybe that's also why some people hold back from saying those things for you, because the majority of the messages we got for you so far are definitely very, very positive, and they are connected to, honestly, a greatness that you have. And maybe the reason why you are not hearing that often, or because a lot of people, say those things only in secret, or they may not voice it, is because unfortunately some may be a little bit envious towards you. And I'm hearing time will tell, or let me rephrase it. Yeah, I heard time will tell, but let me explain. Let me explain what I picked up on this message. As I said, there is a lot of things that I really feel like you're gonna show to the people around you that you can do and that you can achieve. And with time, those results will manifest. With time, those results will really come full circle. And a lot of people, my dear, believe in your success. A lot of people see you as someone who is very successful. However, sometimes, okay, you know why some people are not saying those things to you? I heard because sometimes when we, okay, so this could be the opinion of those people who are, looking at your greatness and they recognize it, but they don't want to tell, because sometimes I'm hearing, if they tell you how great they are, they kind of feel like how much of a failure they are themselves. Now, this is a very sad thing because, you know, other people's greatness should not take our own light away, right? I mean, we're all individuals and we all have our strength and our own individual path in life, our own talent and potential. But for some reason, there are people who feel like if they would come forward and tell you how far you could take it, it would kind of show how behind they are. So, this is their opinion. But again, just because someone is shining in a certain light doesn't mean that you can't shine in your own unique way. And I want to tell you, Palawan, that there are a lot of people who believe that you could be the first one in your family, in your community, um, wherever you are, that can actually go to a certain success or make it somehow in a certain field or in a certain environment. But this is something I really wanted to say because this is a message that I'm receiving here, and it is pretty like dominating. This is so interesting because the question is, what are people secretly saying about you? And the majority is very positive, and it's kind of like the negative that I'm seeing mostly, I guess, is a projection, or it's kind of going back to the insecurities of the people. You kind of make them feel insecure, and I feel like there are just things that they need to deal with. Okay, so for example, if you have a friend who feels this way towards you, let's just take this for example. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be as great as you are. I feel like it really mirrors to them that there are some insecurities that they themselves need to work on. Okay? Because although there are some people who get inspired by you, which should actually be the case, we should get inspired by each other's greatness. But when we feel jealous or envious, there is this fear based insecurity that we should really understand so we can break free from this, which is maybe holding us back from our own greatness. And I feel like there are some people, not you, but like around you, who are going through that. And it's kind of like your greatness intimidates them. And maybe you're watching this and you're just like, I'm not that great. Like, you are describing me so much like greater than I'm actually are. And I don't think there are people around me who think that way. Let me tell you, there absolutely are. And the reason why you may think of yourself like that is because unfortunately there haven't been that many people who have uplift you like that. Because I do feel like some people are there, like have been maybe even there your whole life, but haven't really complimented you. I'm hearing the way you actually deserve to be complimented. So this is very interesting here for you, my dear Pal1. Yeah, I'm hearing again. Your greatness scares me. This is very interesting. Like, this is about what people are secretly saying about you, but it's almost like I'm tuning into like people around you, how they feel towards you. And you have this greatness that may at times intimidate others. But this doesn't mean that you should hide your light or you shouldn't share your greatness. Absolutely not. You do you. People have to adjust to that, or people have to, well, if they get triggered, maybe they should see why they get triggered. Like, what is it within them that feels so intimidated by you? Or if they are, let's say, envious, maybe there are certain dreams that they had and they see you doing and you achieving, and it's kind of like, yeah, they being reminded of certain things that they wanted at a time, I'm hearing. But definitely it's kind of like you are like certain people had certain expectations on you, and the way you are performing, even if they don't say it, it's just unbelievable. I'm trying to get some information regarding what it exactly is. I mean, for example, if it's work related, if it's like on a personal level, maybe internally, some of you guys may have been working on yourselves and people see the results, people see how, far you've come. I'm not receiving any mess. Why is that? I would like to get more information about what it exactly is, but I'm not receiving a specific message here, so I guess that there is a reason for it. But there are, once again, a lot of people who are looking at you. And let me tell you, my dear pal one, by the way, I know this is not the topic of the reading, but I see as well how much potential you have, and you really are someone who could take it like such a, like, you can take it a long way, okay? Like, you are someone who can make it big. Of course, at the end of the day, it depends on what you want and what kind of life it is that you want to have, because not everyone's dreams are the same, not everyone has the same like life goals and stuff, right? So it depends on what makes you happy. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, there is this level of success of tradition, not traditional, but like this social what like society tells us that success is connected to the finances and stuff, that you actually are completely capable of achieving. And what is very important is that you believe in yourself. Because let me tell you, what other people are saying is that they believe that you can do it. They may not tell you, but they see the potential. They see that, yeah, this person, they can go all the way. But the most important thing is that we also believe in ourselves, right? And this is really where, yeah, your energy is so important and your trust in yourself. Wow, this was a very interesting reading. This is actually all I'm receiving for you guys. I am, yeah, not receiving anything else. My dear pile one, wow, like this reading, I really kept the energies open because, anything which is meant for you to know, I really wanted to invite it. But it's interesting how your reading went. So, yeah. Please, my dear pal one, feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, of course I invite you to do so as well. And if you do, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And yeah, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my dear, of course I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal one, take care, my dear. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's dive straight away into the reading and let's see, what are people secretly saying about you but won't tell you? What do you need to know about this very interesting topic? Now, as you can see, my dear, it's pretty dark because I want to do the candle wax reading in a more like cozy environment. And yeah, I already got your candle as well, so let's light it up. As always, I've also meditated for you guys, so let's start for my beautiful pile 2. What are people secretly saying about you but, well, won't tell for some reason? So let's see. Let's see what we can get about that. As always, my dear, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pile 2. Right from the beginning, the first thing I've heard is beauty. So, this is a wonderful message to start with because it's very lighthearted. So, what I'm seeing here is that the first thing people are secretly saying about you, but maybe for some reason won't tell you, is how beautiful you are. Now, why won't these people say it? Because it's actually a wonderful thing to do, right? Like giving each other compliments and lifting each other up. But for some reason, there are some people in your life that may not want to. I'm hearing compliment you too much for some reason. This is weird. But the first thing I'm seeing is that, yeah, there are a lot of people. I'm hearing a lot of talk about um, yeah, about your appearance. So a lot of people I'm hearing are like admire you for your features, they admire you for your appearance. In fact, I'm also hearing would like to have what you have but won't tell you. And there are a lot of people who are pretty focused on it. So for example, let's just say someone watching, maybe you're gonna like change the color of your hair tomorrow. Let's just take this as an example. there are gonna be a lot of people who will be focused on that. Like, people will notice, okay? People notice when you change something physically, because there are a lot of people who are, yeah, paying attention. And okay, this is a very interesting message, and it's that your beauty inspires a lot of people. However, I feel like for some of you guys, you absolutely have no clue. You absolutely don't know that. Why is it that those people won't tell you? Because, I mean, it can feel so nice, right? Let's just say someone around you reaches out to you and tells you, wow, like, you're so beautiful, you're so handsome, you're so gorgeous, take it how it resonates. And, you know, the way you carry yourself, it really inspires me. I really love the way, for example, like, you carry yourself, the things you wear, what makeup you wear, whatever it may be. Once again, take it how it resonates. And yeah, I feel very inspired by you. And I also like to, you know, do this or that. So there are a lot of people who I'm hearing have a lot of, like, it impresses them, but they won't tell. Crazy. Let's see, what else can we get? Yeah, that's interesting. Speaking about that, there's this authenticity that comes from you. This authenticity that people love about you, and that, okay, that's interesting. So maybe this is where this inspiration also is coming from. I feel like there is something about you that is so unique. You are a very special individual. Like, for example, when we talk about your, let's just say, friends group or within your family, I'm hearing there is no one quite like you. And you're not scared to be yourself. You're not scared to say what's on your mind. You're not scared to show the world who you are. And you're living from a very authentic place. And there are a lot of people who actually love that about you so, so much. And this can even inspire them to act accordingly or similar as well. You know, it's kind of like you have literally this like light, and you have the power to also light up other candles through your light. I'm just gonna say it that way. I think it's very easy to understand. And yeah, you are able to do that. You know, you can also light other people up to also be their authentic self, or also accept certain parts of themselves and celebrate it. In general, another thing people secretly say about you is definitely how warm and kind and inviting your energy is. I'm literally seeing someone, and wow, your energy is very good to be around, my dear. Maybe you have experienced this before, like the situation in which people maybe just very easily tend to open up to you, maybe very quickly talk about certain private things or maybe even secrets. And maybe you even ask yourself, like, why do a lot of people open up to me so easily? Or maybe there are some people who, yeah, open up to you, you know, are very, like, feel immediately kind of, they can click with you pretty, like, easily. It is very easy to connect with you. And the reason for that is because your energy is so, yeah, inviting. And this is something people say. People say that the energy that you have is one in which a person genuinely feels very, very good to be around and very good to have in their life. Wow, pal too, like, the things I'm receiving are incredible. Incredible messages. Wow. And what I also find very interesting, I just talked about the fact that there are some people who are very comfortable around your energy. And it's also very interesting to me that, you know, if someone around you is in some kind of, let's say, chaos, or they feel stuck or something is happening, you are a great person who can, lift them up again or encourage them again or make them, make them feel good about themselves again. And this is something people also say. People are, yeah, very receptive when it comes to your energy. And by the way, this is another thing I want to say. Maybe some of you guys, you have experienced in your lifetime that you have brought a lot of people into your life who may have not had the best energy for you. And maybe you asked yourself, why is it? Like, why am I manifesting such a person? Or why is it that those people feel so attracted towards me? Now, I have a very interesting thing that I'm receiving regarding this message. Like there are certain mosquitoes that feel drawn towards light. It's the same thing with you as well. There are certain people who feel attracted towards you because you have this light that it's almost like everyone wants to be a part of. And I feel like you have such a nurturing energy. For some of you guys, you could even be healers, okay? You could even have incredible healing energies, and people notice that. Even people who may not be spiritual and don't really know about those concepts, still, they just feel like there's something about you that, a person wants to keep or have around. But definitely, I see that one thing people say about you is that it's almost like people can count on you. Like if someone is going through something, you will be there to make them motivate again, or if someone's feeling sad, you know what to say to lift them up again. And this is something that a lot of people appreciate, by the way. And I don't know why, but there is something about love here as well. It's almost like people are in love with you, but I don't know whether this is the correct message or whether there's something about this energy that I have to figure out. Something about this energy, like a message that is coming through from it. Because what I'm getting is that, like, I can literally feel it. Okay. There is something about you that maybe people fall in love with you pretty quickly. Now, maybe you're watching this and you're just like, well, I don't feel like people fall in love with me that much because I don't have a lot of people showing interest to me or, saying those things. Well, for some of you guys, maybe people reach out to you and let you know. For others, maybe they don't. Just because someone is feeling a certain way towards you doesn't mean that they will also, come forward and tell you, right? And especially when it comes to this reading, there was also this aspect of, but they won't tell, and I really feel like you may be pretty unaware when it comes to how many people are actually interested in you. Maybe you think there are not a lot of people around who are, but believe me, there are much more than you think. Much more people are interested in you than you think. And I'm talking here romantically. There's just something about you here. A lot of people, my dear, are romantically interested in you. Now, for some reason, they're not coming forward. Like, why is that? Maybe for some of you guys, you're taken. For others, maybe you are guarding yourself a little bit. Maybe people don't feel like you are that receptive regarding it. For others, maybe it's none of that, okay? Maybe you are out there showing that you want a relationship, but those people still, maybe they are not courageous enough to come forward to let you know for some reason. That's interesting. But I really feel like it doesn't matter whether we're talking about love, friendship, or family energy. You are a person who naturally attracts people towards them. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself, for example, an extrovert or introvert. This is just the kind of effect you have on others, whether you want that or not. I'm seeing that it is something you're putting out there. people feel drawn towards that. Okay, this is not a love reading, I know, but there's just this message that I need to speak about. I really feel like, my dear pal, too. This could also be a specific one. Maybe it's not for everyone, so take it how it resonates. But for someone watching, there is a huge love interest in your life. It's a new person. And one thing they want to do is reach out to you. There's someone in your life that wants to give you a cup of love, that wants to give you a love offer. And it is just, I don't know whether this person has reached out already or not, but yeah, there is an intention here. I'm picking up on a intention of someone wanting to do that. Now, let me say another thing. One thing people also say about you, which they actually admire, is I'm getting certain physical traits coming through, okay? So you take it how it resonates, but a lot of people admire your hair. Your hair is coming through. I am also seeing what is this? Okay, someone's behind. Could be shaped very beautifully, but that's also something I'm seeing here, people admiring. I know, very random messages, my dear, but I'm getting those messages, so I need to talk about it. I'm also getting someone's lips, okay? These are certain traits I'm getting that people may talk about or emphasize or find very beautiful and admire about you, but that's something I'm receiving here. What I also would like to, by the way, say, I feel like, my dear, with time, a lot of things will actually open up to you. So maybe you're watching this and everything I've said are things that you're absolutely not aware of. I feel like with time, slowly things will open up more and more. So, for example, if people haven't said those things to you, you may see that with time, more people will approach you, more people will actually be courageous enough to reach out to you or to tell you those things. Yeah, it's almost like I'm seeing a timeline, and this timeline with time is gonna expose, well, expose is not the right word, but like show you what it is that others feel towards you, think towards you, much more than maybe right now. I know if some of you guys maybe are in certain communities or environments in which maybe people don't really reach out to each other like that or talk about these things, but with time, I definitely see that you will receive more clarity when it comes to what people say about you. Like, you will hear about it more. Maybe right now it is really, really, really hidden, but with time, you will be much more aware of it. I hope it makes sense. I'm trying to, like, explain this the best way possible. I feel like in the future, people will not be as secretive when it comes to how they feel about you or think about you as they are right now. But definitely, if there is one thing that has been emphasized here a lot, it's the fact that there is just this energy that you have, which is so welcoming, which is like, really, it could be the case that someone is meeting you for the very first time, but they feel instantly like connected to you, or it's so easy to talk to you, it is so easy to match with you, to connect with you, and it is because you are someone who has that energy, that attracts a lot of different people towards you. So this is very interesting. Yeah. And well, this is what people think of you, what people say, but well, they may not tell you. For others, maybe they do, right? This is a general reading, but for the majority of you guys, they may not tell you. So for my beautiful pile 2, this is actually all I'm receiving so far. I'm not getting anything else. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. As always, if you haven't, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you do, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And as always, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 2, take care, my dear. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's dive straight away into the reading and let's see what are people secretly saying about you but won't tell. Now, as you can see, my dear, it's pretty dark right now because I want to do the candle wax reading in the dark, because I think, you know, the candle looks very good when it's like shining in the dark. And yeah, I already meditated for you guys as always, and I would say let me get you your candle and let's start straight away. All right. So my dear, as always, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pile 3. What are people secretly saying about you? What do you need to know? The first thing I'm hearing is that people see you as someone who is very caring, and especially I heard someone who helps a lot. Someone who helps other people, who, yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys, you have some kind of reputation. Of course, it depends on, you know, whether this is something maybe a family member thinks and says, or a friend or a stranger who may have heard something about you, but they have the like perception, or they see you as someone who is eager to help, and this is something actually a lot of people, by the way, appreciate. And what I find very interesting, which is being emphasized, is that you are a very fair person. You are very fair, and maybe this is where your, yeah, almost like sense for justice comes from, or you liking to help others out. But definitely this side of you is something that is very appealing to a lot of people, and actually people like about you very, very much. But why do they say those things in secret? Like, this is something they could also reach out towards you, for example, and say, hey, like, it's so nice, you're so helping and caring and stuff like that. So I don't know why this is coming through in an energy reading in which it's all about secrecy, but hey, maybe some people, they won't tell you everything, right? But this is definitely a first message I'm receiving. And what I also find very interesting is that another big, and this is a big message for you guys, is that something people also secretly say about you is that you have changed. This is a message that I even received very similar in my meditation, and now it's coming through again. So for some reason, people see you or say without you knowing that you have changed. This change could be maybe a transformation you've gone through. It could be physically, maybe it's like personality wise, okay? But I feel like something has changed and people notice that. Even if no one has talked with you about it, even if no one reached out to you about it, there are people who think that way. And it's very interesting. What is this about? Okay, this is a general reading, so take it how it resonates. But for some of you guys, maybe you stop tolerating, you know, BS from other people. And it's kind of like you you're done with it. You know, maybe some of you guys, you have put up certain boundaries, or you have guarded yourself more. You're starting to protect yourself more. But definitely people see a change there. Of course, it doesn't have to be that for everyone. This is just an example. For others, maybe something in your mentality has changed, something regarding what kind of life it is you want to have, how you go about your life. But definitely there is this transformation which is being emphasized. I'm also hearing that people think you're trustworthy. Like a lot of people have a lot of trust in you. And maybe this is something you have seen yourself, that a lot of people reach out to you and trust you very easily, tell you stuff. Maybe even after a short period of time of knowing you, people tend to, yeah, build some kind of trust. And it's because exactly that people trust you. I'm hearing someone reliable. They think that of you. Like their secrets are safe with you. This is something I heard. This is so interesting. I don't know why this message is coming through, but there are some people who actually see you as someone who. Okay, listen. Listen, because this is very interesting. A lot of people see you as a person who will get married within the next few years. Not years. It even, what is this about? Okay, I don't want to concentrate on a timeline because this is not what this is about, but people see you as someone who, I don't know whether it's like you being marriage material, or you, maybe some of you guys, you really would like to get married and people know that and they feel like you are someone who will get married within this lifetime. This is like such a random message, but this is something I'm getting. For some of you guys, it could even be the case that like people think you are someone who could be a really good father or mother. But once again, of course, take it how it resonates. This is a general reading. Not everyone wants to get married or have children, but this is a message for someone. Now, this is so interesting. Although this reading, like the intention that I said was about, you know, what other people secretly say about you, but it's kind of like I'm getting more about what other people think about you. This is kind of where it's going, and it's interesting because the other piles were pretty straightforward. With you, it's it's kind of like trying to go from point A to B, but like this, you know? It's kind of like trying to like fish the messages for some reason. What is this about? Yeah, for some reason people see you as someone who is gonna be in a very significant relationship in the next time. Also, people see you as someone who they can reach out to. Once again, this trustworthy energy, someone they can, you know, go to if they perhaps need advice or guidance. I feel like there's something about your emotions as well. People kind of feel very safe opening up to you, becoming vulnerable in front of you. Okay, and this is something big. Like a lot of people, they will not just, you know, become vulnerable in front of everyone, right? I mean, they have to see someone, yeah, worthy of that, of opening up. And as I said, another word which I've said multiple times, but this trustworthy energy. And people are okay with opening up their emotions to you because they feel like with you, you may not be someone who judges others. At least this is the impression other people have. You know, if it's the truth or not, that's another story, but we focus on how they see you, and this is what I'm getting here. There is also this element of independence. Something about you is very independent. But what do they say? I've been receiving like so many messages about how they think, but what do they say? Yeah, I'm hearing they are reliable. This is what they tell you or that they say about you. I also heard that, okay, people, another thing they say is that they feel like or they think you're someone who has a great future in front of you. People have this impression. Maybe you're someone who's very determined. Maybe you're someone who has certain goals and wishes that they really would like to go after. And people notice that, people know that, and this is how they feel. They see that you're very driven and they say that you are probably someone who will, if you want to go all the way, you can do it. Also, something very sweet. I'm hearing I'm so grateful for having them in my life. So, someone is coming through here who's very grateful for having you in their life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, very sweet energy. Who is this person? Someone appreciates you so much, my beautiful pal 3. I'm also hearing beautiful. People say that you're very attractive and very beautiful. I got this message in one of the other pals as well. And something I said, which I also want to say here, is that why is this something they hide? Like, because this reading is all about things they may keep a secret from you. And why do they keep a secret from you that you're beautiful? I mean, this could be very well something, of course, you know, but I mean by secret that they won't tell you. Like, why won't they? Why won't they compliment, you know? Because, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to compliment others. So, why would we hold back from that? I don't know. For the other pile, I got because those people perhaps were a little bit envious or jealous. With you guys, I'm not getting this message yet. Maybe I will, but not yet. And yeah, I'm not seeing why this is, but for some reason, people are holding back. At least some, of course, not everyone, but the ones in your environment, you know, the energies that I'm tuning in, is that what they're saying secretly, like behind your back or about you, is that you're very attractive. Especially, let me tell you a few like physical parts which are coming through. I'm seeing the chest area, like the upper area, the shoulders, also arms coming through here, legs as well. For some reason, maybe also some kind of height related thing because of the legs, I don't know, but this is what I'm seeing here as well. But anyways, people definitely, they feel very attracted towards you, or they see you as someone who's very attractive. So just so you know, okay, even if people around you haven't complimented you, you hear now what they secretly think and say about you. They may not tell you, but they still feel this way. And this is okay. A lot of people also see you as someone who's very passionate. You are someone who, you just have this passionate side of you that can't be overlooked. It's something that in a way catches fire and also lights up other people. And I really feel like this is something that people find so beautiful about you, that if you put your mind and energy into something, it's kind of like you bring color to it. Yeah, I heard another thing people secretly say about you is that there is something perhaps that you really would like to do. It could be a goal, it could be a dream, it could be career related, or maybe just on a personal level, such as, this is just an example. Let's just say someone wants to move to a certain country. You've talked about it before. Or coming back to the career example, maybe someone has a certain goal which they have talked about before in front of others. And let me tell you, even if people have discouraged you from that, even if they said, no, you can't do it, no, it won't happen, never ever, like there is no chance and stuff like that, even if they have told you that, I see that secretly they believe that you can do it. And this is really so like pathetic that they believe in you, but they try to talk you out of it. Like, this is so mean. Especially because we never know, especially if those things, if those words come from the people we care about the most, right? Like, have you heard about the saying that the ones like who are the closest to us are also the ones who can hurt us the most, right? And words from people who are the closest to us, it can have a huge impact on us. So for example, if a parent, let's just say, tells us that we can't do something, it can be a huge thing. Like, it can burn itself in our subconscious mind, and it can have a huge effect on how we see ourselves. Not only parent, it could be really like any person who's close to us, right? Like, it's not something that we should, like, people should not just lightly say stuff, you know, especially of course to, let's just say, children, because they're much more vulnerable to that. But even as an adult, still, words have effect on people. And it's interesting how there are people who see that you can make it, but may try to talk you out of it. Why is that? I don't know who this person is or who these people are, but what I would say is that not everything which is said towards you, okay, don't take it personal, because sometimes just because someone tells you something, it may say more about them than it says about you. So if someone is not believing in you, it may tell you something very crucial about, you know, who they are. Maybe there's someone who doesn't believe in themselves and they're kind of projecting that on you. Maybe this person has, you know, let go of their own dreams a very long time ago, and they don't want to encourage other people to follow what they weren't courageous enough to do, for example. So there is something about that here. And it's kind of like a little warning. Yeah, it feels like a warning. Be aware that it is important to be like powerful and strong within ourselves. So when certain people say certain things, it won't discourage us, or it won't take our focus away from our main goals in life. But behind your back, my dear, those people say you can do it, okay? This is just, wow. This is so weird. Another thing people say, and this was actually a message I got right from the beginning, is that you're someone who can create a very like harmonizing, is that the right word? I'm not quite sure, but you can like create harmony at home. Let me put it that way. You're someone who can bring harmony at home or in a certain environment, you know. You could be someone who, if there is tension even, you know, you bring some kind of peace, or you bring light-hearted energy to a space. Once again, it's kind of like you're this light in the darkness for some people. And this is beautiful, because this says so much about what kind of a person you are, and it's just so loving. For some of you guys, you could have also been drawn to another pal as well. If this is the case, then feel free to watch it. Perhaps pal 2. But very simply also, and okay, another message I'm getting, and for some reason this is connected to some kind of a friendship group, okay? But someone is saying that you are a very good person to have in, their life or in people's life in general. I'm hearing, in fact, this is something that someone has recently said about you. Not that long ago. That's very interesting. So, my beautiful pal 3, this is actually all I have for you for today. So, you were actually the only pile who got so many information about how others more so think. Although, of course, they are connected, but still, we got a lot of information in the beginning about how they see you. And yeah, I guess this is just the way it is. Okay, there is a reason for it when stuff like that happens. So please feel free to let me know how you feel about this. And as always, my dear, of course, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you do, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And of course, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3. Take care, my dear.